Andrew and his family lived in Bayview, Idaho, which has always been known as one of the best lake towns in the U.S. He sailed around Lake Pend Oreille for many years before he got busy with life. Before we continue, please take some time to subscribe to Dailydose, like and share this video with your friends. But his 10-year-old son, Jack, had been begging him to take a boat trip for his birthday. "We can also bring Luke," Jack exclaimed. He was talking about bringing his little 5-year-old brother to the sailing expedition. Andrew's wife, Farah, was hesitant, but he convinced her in the end. "Yay, we're going on a boys' trip." Luke cheered when they told him. Andrew got everything ready for the trip, including equipment and pertinent safety information from the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary. The boys were eager to get on the boat, but Andrew told them they had to put on their life jackets first. Then they were off sailing. The wind was perfect, and they had hot dogs on board. Their boat wasn't huge, but it was enough for the 3 of them. However, an hour into their trip, the wind picked up suddenly, and the steering wheel started failing. "Boys, hold on tight," Andrew yelled as he tried to regain control of the vessel. He thought everything would be all right until they caught a dangerous current. The current led them to a steep drop-off, and their boat flipped. "Jack, Luke," Andrew yelled when he surfaced from the water. They were in the middle of the lake, and he saw the boys flapping their arms around. At least they had cleared the dangerous water stream. "Come here," he shouted once more, and the boys swam to him. They used the capsized boat to support themselves while Andrew thought of how to get them out of there. Unfortunately, his equipment, including his radio and a walkie-talkie, was gone. "I could swim to shore," he thought. But the truth is that he couldn't leave the children alone in that situation. Dad," Jack distracted him. "If we put all our strength into it, we might be able to flip the boat back up." Andrew agreed, and they tried their best, but it didn't work. "It's son. Let me think of something. For now, hold on to your brother using the boat. We're safe for a while like this," Andrew comforted them. But he was scared. It was getting cold, and they wouldn't be able to stay like that for long. He hoped another boat would pass by and rescue them, but none came. Andrew was out of ideas when Jack spoke again. "Dad, there's no other choice. I have to swim back to shore and get help," the boy said. "No, Jack, that's too dangerous. We just went through a dangerous current and a drop-off. I forgot they were there in the first place. It's been a few years. I should have been more careful." Andrew started rambling. Dad, listen to me. I know that, but look. The other side of that area doesn't have that stream. I can reach the shore easily over there and run towards the Coast Guard post you showed us earlier," Jack explained. "Son, it's still too dangerous. You can't go alone. It's already getting dark," Andrew cautioned, but he didn't see any other solution. "Please trust me. I can do it. I won't talk to strangers unless they have the Coast Guard uniform. It's the only way," Jack insisted. But do you know how to lead them back here?" Andrew asked. "I think so. This lake is big, but we only took one direction here. I can do it," Jack vowed. His father finally relented and watched his son swim away. Jack had taken swimming lessons at one point, but Andrew wasn't sure if that was enough. "Please, God, let him come back safely," Andrew prayed, while holding Luke to his chest with one hand and onto the capsized boat with the other. It was dark sooner than he expected, and Luke magically fell asleep in his arms. "At least he can't see how worried I am," Andrew thought. He looked around for any sign of Jack to no avail. A boat finally approached them about 2 hours after Jack left. It was his neighbor, Bob. "Andrew, my man, what happened?" he yelled as he got closer. "Dad, I brought help," Jack shouted from Bob's boat too. Andrew breathed a sigh of relief because Jack was safe and found help. Bob helped Andrew and Luke to his boat, and they took off for the shore. "We'll ask the guards to pick up your boat tomorrow," Bob said. "I don't care about my boat, Bob. I can't thank you enough for coming to our rescue," Andrew said, drying Luke with a towel. "Don't thank me. Jack here told me he swam to shore and ran as fast as he could to find help. Then he saw me and told me everything that happened. I was just about to leave too, so he found me in the nick of time," Bob explained. Andrew looked at Jack, who was beaming up at his dad. "I'm so proud of you, son. You saved your brother and me. I'm sorry I didn't trust you at first. You're a hero," he told his boy and hugged him fiercely. They'd reached the shore, and Andrew helped Bob secure his boat. They talked to the guards for a while before Andrew placed Luke in his car seat, and they all took off for home. "What are we going to tell Mom?" Jack asked worriedly. "I would love to keep it a secret, but I think Luke could slip up, so we have to tell her the truth," Andrew replied and laughed. "Yeah, she's never going to let us go on a boat trip again," Jack mumbled. "We live in a lake town, my boy. She won't be able to keep us away from the water," Andrew promised, and Jack smiled.